Hi, it's Jonathan from Core Walking, and I'm going to show you a quick routine that you can do anytime during the day, but I actually think this is a really great morning routine to start your day. It's quick and it covers all the bases. So we're going to start with a side stretch, and you're going to bring your arms up. You're going to take the right wrist with the left hand. You're going to turn the right hand to the left, stick your butt out, take your ribs down, which is like my standing stuff, and then you're going to side stretch. And the stretch really wants to be in the side, between the pelvis and the rib cage. Don't lean backwards, don't lean forward, though it's better to lean forward. All right, come on up, side stretch to the second side. Switch wrist, right hand to the left wrist, thighs back, ribs down. Again, side stretch. You're really trying to hit the spot between the pelvis and the rib cage on the outside, and that is the QL, quadratus lumborum. Come on up and release that. Another arm exercise. Bring the left arm up, turn the left palm to face the back wall, drop the left hand down the back, bring the right arm out to the side. If your shoulders are tight, bring the arm forward. If the shoulders aren't so tight, it doesn't matter, but bringing the arm forward gives you a little bit of help. See if you can bring the hands around behind your back and interlace the fingers. If you don't interlace, that's fine. So the left elbow is straight up in the air. Right, this is a tricep stretch. Left elbow straight up. Then when you're there, draw the ribs down and back and try to push into the right wrist. All right, we'll release that side. Second side, right arm up, turn the hand back, drop the hand down the back, and again, left arm back and around. Now, it doesn't matter if you can't interlace, right? That would be an ideal, but really you want to feel the difference in the two sides. You want to be able to do them both equally well or poorly. Ideally, we're trying to find balance in the two sides. Release that. Last arm shoulder thing are called eagle arms. And this shape, you're going to wrap the right arm underneath the left and see if you can bring the palms to touch. The benefit of the palms touching is you can press hard against the hands, and that starts to activate the shoulders. Again, thighs back, ribs down. Now elbows up. It's a little counterintuitive, but you're going to pull the shoulders towards each other on the back, and that engages your upper back rhomboids. And then if you want to feel the difference in the shape, move the forearms further away from your head or towards your head, and you'll feel more of a shoulder stretch and find a place where you want to work. Unwrap the arms and rewrap the arms. The left arm comes underneath the right, palms to touch, elbows up, thighs back, ribs down, shoulders on the back, and then again, move the arms out and away if that appeals to you. And release. All right, we have one toy for today's practice, and that is a tennis ball under the foot. So you're gonna grab a tennis ball, should have it ready, I should have said that. And we're gonna roll this out. I'll just do this for about 30 seconds. You wanna do it for about a minute or more. Actually, I'll do it for the minute. So we'll make it a practice. And I cover the whole foot. And I really like to get in there and make the whole foot work. If you don't have, you can get a half ball that sits flat on the floor and it won't squirt away like that. You can put a tennis ball in a shoebox. They make lots of different balls for rolling these days. I'm a big fan of this kind of work, but it's a beautiful thing first thing in the morning to give this gift to your feet. All right. Get in there. And switch. It's a little short of a minute, and I'll do the same on this side. And again, you could do this really gently and get a lot of benefit. I like to do it pretty hard. I dig down in there. If it's not sensational enough, just go to the inner arch. And if you don't have flat feet, you will feel that because our arches are not calloused. That inner edge of the foot is not calloused like the rest of the foot because it doesn't touch down all the time. About halfway there on this foot. You want to do both feet equally, and well, I think this would have been a shorter video if I didn't roll the feet out for the whole minute on each side, but it's good. No downside to it. All right, so we're gonna move on from here. Just move the tennis ball away, and we'll move up the leg. I am going to bring my feet together, everything together. Toes touching, heels touching, ankle bones touching. Soften my knees to squeeze my shins together, and then we're going to lift the heels up, calf stretch. But if you watch the feet, they're not flying open. Lower the heels. 2 more times. Heels up, so that's a calf stretch. It also activates the fibularis muscles on the outside, and that's really great. And lower the heels. 1 more time, heels up. Then go up a little higher, but be careful of your lower back. It can go into your lower back in a not great way. All right, we're going to follow that with a simple forward bend. And I'm going to give you a lot of options for this forward bend. So you're just going to hang over. One key to the forward bend is to really let the head drop and hang, because that activates your spinal muscles. So you want to set a right angle between the foot and the shin. You might not get over where I go. You might be here, but we're looking to stretch the hamstrings in addition to the calves that we just stretched, and the spine as well. And that happens if you let the head go. If you want to move deeper from here, you take hold of the elbows. That makes the trunk a weight for the legs to work against. And then one last thing, if you wanted to go deeper, the elbows come up and you can lift up to a flat back, and that's really active. The hamstring should fire, especially if you don't move the legs, but you're lengthening the spine and getting these erector muscles to really open and work. So we'll move on from that, and we have 2 more poses. So I'm really just trying to cover the whole body in this short routine. Arms, side, hips. So this is a standing psoas stretch. You're going to bend the right leg behind you. I'm not holding on to anything, but you should hold on to things if you need to. It's really helpful. Left arm up. Turn the pelvis forward and the shoulders forward and start pulling the right leg backwards, but not sideways. It just goes straight back. The trunk is even. And I am not leaning forward at all, right? That's not the pose. I'm lifting up as I pull the leg back. And I'm trying to lift up from the back as much as the front. Release that. This is one of my favorite poses. Standing psoas stretch. So bend that left leg back. Take the left foot with the left hand. Turn their hip forward. So only if the left hip if the pelvis is pointing forward, you get into the psoas. This is quite obviously a quad stretch. So we're doing that to balance the hamstring stretch and the forward bend. And as you start pulling the leg back, if you turn that left hip forward, you start stretching the psoas. The abs get involved to lift the spine up, the erectors, all the back muscles. Just a great, great pose. And release, I'm just going to do 1 more to finish. This is a standing IT band stretch. You're going to cross the feet and see if you can bring the feet together on the floor so the pinky toes line up. And automatically that locks my left knee. So I bend the left knee into that right knee a little and bow forward over the legs. So this is an outer hip stretch. Come on up. Switch feet. I said this was going to be the last thing, but I'm going to add 1 more thing. 1 more muscle group. Switch. So your feet might not be flat, right? It's an ideal. Bow forward over the legs. You can rotate your pelvis looking for a deeper stretch. You would like to have the toes and heels down. Let that head release if you can bear it. Don't lock the right knee. And come on up. All right, just 1 more thing, because we've activated a lot, but I want to get some pelvic muscles. This is as basic as it gets. Don't hesitate to hold on. And you're just going to make the left foot parallel, lift the right knee up. If you look at the right knee, my right foot is pointing straight forward. The knee is in line with the hip and the ankle. I'm not going out or anything like that. But this forces the pelvic muscles to stabilize in the leg. Switch sides. Balance is great. You can do this all the time, you know, like it's different things for different people. But you want to figure out how to do this kind of routine during the day, whether it's in the morning, in the afternoon, while you're doing chores, while you're waiting for something at the store. figure out how to move, figure out how to exercise, figure out how to work the whole body. And that's it. That's a short little routine for you. Hope you have a great day.